Faith on Film, a program designed to keep you aware of everything that's happening in the world of faith and family films. I have a very exciting guest today. Mimi's acting career began 25 years ago in the improv and sketch comedy. That led to performances on many different stages in Chicago, including children's shows at the infamous Second City. Well aware of the strong influence media had on the culture, she began to actively pursue a film career, a dream she had had since she was a young girl. Now, God graciously gave Mimi the desire of her heart, and over 15 years ago, he opened the door to the calling. Since then, she has worked on numerous films, from small indies to big-budget films. Mimi is passionate about using her craft to positively impact audiences and loves sharing her film experience and encouraging the next generation to go forward as ambassadors for Christ. She has had the honor of portraying Corrie Ten Boom in the award-winning film Return to the Hiding Place. Mimi, welcome to Faith on Film.
Thank you, Isaac. It's really an honor to be one of your guests. Thank you.
Well, I said here that you had that you portrayed Corrie Ten Boom in the award-winning film Return to the Hiding Place, but you actually have the distinction of portraying her in two different films, don't you? At least that's what I read.
No, what I did do was I was in the play, The Hiding Place, the original story, The Hiding Place, as a play here in Chicago with a theater called Provision Theater. That was 11 years ago. And because of that film, I love this story, how God, shows up. I had a very small role, like 3 lines in a 3-hour play of a concentration camp prisoner. But during that time, we found out that Return to the Hiding Place, the movie, was being produced, and one of the actresses from the play reached out to Peter Spencer, Spencer Productions, and told them that we had all these actors that had Dutch dialect training, were immersed in this story for over 3 months, and we auditioned. And it was really around the time when self-tapes, there weren't even any self-tapes actually, but I can't believe how I did it on my camera. And I say that I would have been happy to portray a plant in the corner or a rug on the floor just to be in this film. And the Lord cast me as Corrie Ten Boom.
Now, that, of course, is a very dramatic film, and most everything I've seen you in has been dramatic type films, but apparently you actually started in comedy. Can you kind of just give us a little update on or not an update, but just what's your journey? What has your journey been from the time that you started till now, and how you transitioned?
Well, actually, comedy is my favorite genre. Hello out there. But my journey started when I became a Christian. I needed a new group of friends, and started to work as a volunteer at a Christian playhouse in Chicago. And I just was a volunteer serving, cheese and crackers.
Right.
But I always had the desire to be an actor, but I never shared that with anyone. I just thought it was a stupid little girl dream. And lo and behold, I met an actress there who's my best friend to this day, Maggie. Right. And I shared with her my desire to be an actress too. And she said to me, well, why can't you be one? Why can't you pursue acting? And I'm like, because nobody ever said that to me. And it's just, I like to share that story because it's the words of encouragement that are so powerful.
Right.
And because of that, she and I embarked on a year-long training of improv at Second City's original training ground called the Players Workshop, where John Belushi attended, and Dan Aykroyd and Shelley Long. And so we attended this year-long program and started our own improv and sketch comedy troupe that did clean comedy. And we did that for 8 years in surrounding areas in Chicago, and worked at coffee houses and churches. And then I always had the desire for filmmaking, though. I loved movie magic. My dad was an amateur filmmaker. He did safaris in Africa, in Kenya, like in Nairobi, in the early 60s. And he actually spliced his own film. He did his own editing. And that really had an impact on me for movie magic. And I decided to then to do some extra work to get some experience under my belt with film. And one thing led to the other to the next, and I got cast in as a featured extra, and then a stand-in. I was Emma Thompson's stand-in for 5 weeks in the movie called Stranger Than Fiction. That was over 15 years ago, and that was very impactful. And my friend and I, being that she's a Christian too, we had the strong desire to be used of God in the industry. We felt our calling was to be missionaries in media, ambassadors for Christ in film and theater, or any of the arts. And I went forward in these little roles, just really feeling empowered that God was calling me to witness to those on set. And I got great opportunities to do that because there's so much downtime in movies. I mean, when you're not on, just when you're not on set, there's a lot of downtime, and great conversations can happen. And even the same with theater, when you're in the dressing room. So that started my journey. And the next thing I knew, I was building my resume and finally got an agent. And here I am 100 years later.
So you said something interesting, though, which is something that I totally believe in. That is that what we do in this entertainment industry is actually a calling from God. It isn't just something we love to do. It's something that we have been, in essence, called to do, right?
Yes. It's not frivolous. And it took fellowship with other Christian believers and networking with other Christian believers in the arts. I was very involved with a Christian art conference called Caritas that was around for 26 years. We just ended it because the founder, can no longer do it. But that was the first time I ever heard of people reclaiming the arts for Jesus Christ. And that was like 27 years ago.
Right.
And we were at this conference, and the speaker was, the theme was reclaiming the arts for Jesus Christ. And she and I looked at each other and were like, what? There's other artists out there that are believers that want to use their art for the glory of God, not only acting, but music and dance and poetry and visual art. So getting involved and being involved with other like-minded believers really just helps to round you out and make you feel confident to go forward in your calling.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little break right now. And when we come back, let's talk about, I believe there's 3 projects that are that involve you that are coming out actually real soon. All right?
Yes.
Fantastic, folks. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now. Retailers have canceled MyPillow, and to thank you for your support, I'm going to pass the savings directly on to you. For a limited time, you get premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, and that's the lowest price in history.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com right now to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. For example, you can get my premium My Pillows regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, the lowest price ever.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Welcome back to Faith Unveiled. We are sitting here today with Mimi Sagadin. I said the name wrong, which I told you I totally mess up names all the time, but it's Mimi Sagadin. Mimi, by the way, I have a cousin whose name is Mimi. Actually, it's short. Hers is short for Naomi. Is yours short for another name?
It is. It's Marie, short for a nickname for Marie.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Mimi, I know that you're in 3 films that I think are coming out, I guess within the next 6
months. Yes.
Within the next 6 months. Tell us a little bit about those.
So I have 3 films that will be coming out. The first one is Princess Cut 2. So Princess Cut, the first Princess Cut was very successful, and I portray a Southern farmer's wife, and I get to reprise my role in Princess Cut 2 and 3. So Paul Munger and Sheila Munger, the producers and directors, are they're doing a trilogy, and it will be out probably within in September. So it'll be on some kind of streaming platforms. You could go to watchmanpictures.com. So that's watchmanpictures.com. So yeah, it's a really great story, and Ashley Bratcher from Unplanned is in it. Brett Varvel, who was cast in the new Erwin Brothers film that's coming out called American Underdog. So it was really cool to be able to reprise a role and have that opportunity to not only do a second, but to do a third. And we did them back to back, which was very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
The next one that's releasing is called Honest to God, and that's a comedy, and actually features somebody that Seinfeld fans will be familiar with. It's Larry Thomas, who plays the Soup Nazi.
Okay.
And Robert Alanis does faith-based comedies very well, and this one is no different. And although my character isn't, comedic per se, she pushes the narrative forward into it, to explain the story, and that I'm looking forward to that. And that is going to have 3 Chicagoland premieres in October, actually. So on the people in Chicagoland, there's going to be South Suburban theaters, and there's going to be some North Suburban theaters. And Bridgestone Media is going to release it, and so it's going to be on Amazon Prime and where else? PureFlix. So if you want to learn more about Honest to God, just go to honesttogod.com. No, I'm sorry. Nix that. Honesttogodmovie.com.
Honest to God movie. Okay.
Yeah. And then the last film I shot is called Pulled from Darkness. And that was a really amazing experience. It's probably one of my most challenging roles to date. And it's inspired by a real life story of a woman who was abducted in the night, and she was torn from her 3 children and sold into trafficking because her husband lost her in a card game. True story. It takes place in Ukraine, in Armenia, and I play a pivotal role in the film, and I had to learn all about the Ukraine culture and the dialect, and I filmed in March in Indiana. George Johnson, who did Thy Neighbor, he's the director, and it was an amazing experience. We have some great talent in the film, and Stelio Savante, who is just a amazing Hollywood actor. He's been in Infidel with Jim Caviezel, and he played Moses in The Chosen, and he's been on many television shows and has worked with Russell Crowe. So he's got a lead role in the film, and so that movie will probably be out in the spring of 2022.
You know, I had George on a few shows back, and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, and he did talk about that. And interestingly enough, one of the things that I've been saying for about 2 years now is that some of these, some of these Christian film producers need to consider starting to make some. The first time I said it, I said horror, and I really got. I mean, people thought I had gone crazy here, but some thriller. I've changed the wording now to say thriller, but we
Yeah,
need to
but
do
you know
more of
what?
these kind of films.
Yeah, that's life.
Yes.
Especially as Christians, we there's a spiritual battle there. There's demons and there's angels, and we it's a spiritual warfare out there, and we need to address real issues, hard issues. And George does this very well.
Yes, he
and
does.
Lonnie Norris is the producer, and they did a fantastic job. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing this film. It was
Me too.
very
Me too.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you go through the Bible, a lot of it is very horrific.
Well, it is. It really is. And so we do it from we don't do it gratuitously when we're going to touch those subjects. We do it so there is a message out there about the consequences of sin.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in finding more about Pulled from Darkness, you could go to homesickmedia.com.
There you go, homesickmedia.com. Now, how about you? What if people just want to follow you and everything you're doing, and maybe even want to connect with you? How would they do that?
So you could just go to my Mimi Sagadin actress Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm active on that. You could even message me, and I do check it. Or or you could go to my IMDb page to keep up with my films and the latest things that I'm doing and some news. But actually, Facebook is I'm not savvy on Instagram and all that. I really purposefully have not gone on those because my nose would be more buried in my phone than it is.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And I'm
guilty
trying to
as
be
charged.
a good. I know
Guilty.
it's all this shameless self-promotion in our industry, and
I know.
but Facebook seems to be a good balance for me. You could still message people, and even if they're not your friend, you could still see it. And so whoever wants to cast me in their next film, just put it on my Facebook page.
Especially a comedy film.
Yes.
Well, Mimi, it was great having you. I know we had a little bit of troubles for a couple of weeks here, but I'm glad. I know some personal stuff that you also had gone through, but I'm glad we were finally able to make it. It was very exciting to have you on. All right?
Me too. Thank you for the opportunity, Isaac. God bless you.
You bet. Folks, don't go away. We're going to be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows, and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now. Retailers have canceled MyPillow, and to thank you for your support, I'm going to pass the savings directly on to you. For a limited time, you get premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, and that's the lowest price in history.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
When I got my pillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com right now to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. For example, you can get my premium MyPillows regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, the lowest price ever.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Welcome back to Faith on Film and to our regular segment now, Holly on Hollywood with Holly McClure. Holly, how are you?
I'm doing great, Isaac. Thanks for having me on again. This is fun to start doing this segment. I'm looking forward to it.
I look forward to all the gossip that you can bring to us on what's happening. Good gossip. We're not going to do bad gossip here, right? Just good gossip.
Good news. Good news and good movie news. Yes.
So tell me, what do you have for us this week?
Well, I know that you had just had on Mimi Sagadin. Excuse me, Mimi. I'm going to get it right name. Sagadin.
Mimi Sagadin. Right? Yes, I messed it up the first time I saw it. But Mimi Sagadin.
Sagadin. I like that. Well, I did a little research on her, and she's of course in the Return to the Hiding Place, but and of course that's about the Dutch resistance fighter. I'm sure you guys want to talk about what it's about, and plays the Corrie Ten Boom character. Interesting thing, she was a stand-in for Emma Thompson in Stranger Than Fiction. Oh. And I think that's funny that she got to be that stand-in for Emma Thompson. That's kind of how she started. So for those of you who are thinking, I want to get into acting, and if you just do a stand-in or whatever, can that lead anywhere? Yes, it can. It can lead to somewhere. Okay, also, this is a new one that's coming up, and I think people that are going to be 30, 40 and up probably will relate to this more, maybe than the younger. But the new movie called The Jesus Music is coming out, and that's opening that first weekend in October. And it is a wonderful a look at with Greg Laurie, Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant. It's looking at the beginning of the Jesus movement. And Isaac, I know you know what I'm talking about.
I was there.
Now it started off in Southern California, and it started off with hippies, and it goes through the whole thing. I mean, let me read off the list. Mercy Me, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Newsboys, DC Talk, Hillsong, Carrie Job, Lauren Daigle, Amy Grant. I mean, there is just a list of them and many others.
Now, those are the current ones that are out now, but what we're talking about and the original Jesus music, we're talking about like what, Love Song and
they talk about that. They go back and they talk about those groups, and I've interviewed some of them too. It's good. I just think it'll be a great thing for even Christians. If you are not familiar with those groups or familiar with what they've done, it'll be a real education on where Christian music was and where it's come to and how it began. So for those of you who don't know, I think it's going to be interesting and a good movie, and support it. Okay, this is another faith-based film we need to go out there and support. So please support it. Another one that's out there right now in theaters is Show Me the Father. And Show Me the Father is the Alex Kendrick and Stephen Kendrick did a documentary. Now, Show Me the Father has been in theaters for about a week or two. Look around. It's not in all theaters near you, but it is definitely in some of the bigger theaters. And it's an interesting look with the way that father relationship, not only the earthly fathers from men that had good relationship with their fathers to men that had horrible relationship with their fathers, and talking about the importance of the father, son, daughter, the children relationship. And I thought it's fascinating. It's heartwarming. Good for men these days to see it. It really reinforces men taking the role as fathers, as leaders, as Christian leaders, and how important that father-son relationship is, even if you're not the real father. Those adopted, the stepfathers, the godfathers, the men that were mentors that stepped into men's life. And I just found it, Tony Evans, Jim Daly, Sherman Smith, Eddie George. There's a lot of different sports figures and stories that they use. Now, this coincides with this weekend, at the end of September, basically opening, The Courageous. It's called the Legacy Edition, okay? And the Courageous movie came out, you remember it came out 10 years ago with the Kendrick brothers, and it has taken off, and it is phenomenal how it is. Well, it takes place supposedly 10 years ago. And it's, of course, Alex and Kendrick, he plays the lead, and Kevin Downs, a friend of ours, plays one of the characters. Ben Davis, T.C. Stallings, Robert Anaya. And it literally came out, and for those of you who've seen it, like I had, and you thought, well, that was a good movie, but I've seen it before. go see it again. You will be amazed how you will still laugh, you'll still cry, you'll still be touched. I was like, I've already seen this and I'm touched all over again. And it really is so good. And the last 10 minutes are new. It winds up, it goes full circle and tells what happens to all of those men, what happens to their kids.
All right.
I love it. It's a happy ending.
Well, thank you for all these great updates. You know what? I know that you went to see the Tammy Faye movie recently, and you know what? We're gonna do an entire show on that one next week. All right?
Let's do that because it's so worthwhile talking about it. It's so interesting, and I do want to talk about it.
All right, folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now. Retailers have canceled MyPillow, and to thank you for your support, I'm going to pass the savings directly on to you. For a limited time, you get premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, and that's the lowest price in history.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
When I got my pillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com right now to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. For example, you can get my premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now just $29.98, the lowest price ever.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. Thank you for tuning in to this week's show. If you want to write me, you can write me at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. And if you want to reach out to Holly McClure, you can do so at the same place, faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. She has a lot of great insights on what's happening in the world of Hollywood. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. That's at Faith on Film TV. And don't forget to tune in next week to our show. We've got a lot of great things to share about the movie The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Just a lot of great stories that we'll be able to share with you. So tune in next week to Faith on Film TV. Well, until next week, take care.